think it'd be hard to come up with an issue that is of greater importance to the whole world, actually, than the issue of leadership. The Christian leaders that demonstrate wisdom are the ones that I want to hold up as exemplars. And what it demonstrates to me is that leadership is finally about character in action, not about skills, abilities, talents. Those things, I do think, come in time.
The interns in our settings are some of the frontline workers. They're working with young people, children, adults. To pick someone who doesn't fit into that context well, it can really do damage to relationships.
You're dealing with and interacting with kids at the spiritual level. There's a lot of care that needs to be taken into that.
If you don't select your interns carefully or intentionally, you do more harm than good to the intern and to your program.
When we're recruiting students and interviewing students for internships, we look for a kind of synergy of qualities. The most important is some kind of vital faith. We look for a willingness to take risks. We look for a willingness to suffer. And I don't mean suffer in the big sense, I mean suffer in the little ways. When you invest in people, you're going to suffer. We want to see those kinds of qualities more than, say, GPAs, or whether they were valedictorians, or whether they have long resumes.
The way our selection process works, we have our partner churches each meet with our applicants. And then the draft season begins. We all sit together around a table and we talk about which intern is going to fit in the best place. It's so much more than, oh, I just want to pick that person, I want to pick that person. Our partner churches are talking to each other about, I see this person fitting well in your context, but not mine, or vice versa, and here's why.
And it is very similar to our process for other employees. We advertise the position, we bring people in, we have 2 rounds of interviews. We require those folks to come into the drop-in center and experience that to make sure that that's something they're interested in.
The perfect experience is when we have 5 that are super excited about the position, because it allows us to, first of all, pray about it. Because it isn't always someone who's maybe the most skilled. We're actually looking for someone that God wants to be a difference maker in their life. And then we can take that and we can give them skills and we can shape them, but we want to nurture. That's the part we want to water. Those are the seeds we want to water and see mature.
You can't place people in internships if you don't know who the student is as well as what the internship site is. We want to make sure students are ready for the kinds of pressures and frustrations and challenges they're going to face. We do this with a great deal of care, and consequently our success rate has been pretty high.
We know that we really need someone who's a good fit, as well as being someone who's competent and ready to invest. And for me, a lot of that is teachability. How much are they willing to step in and to truly be learners of the organization and to work well with me? And then is there some sort of spark, like is there some kind of connection?
In terms of selection process, I think it's really important that I have the interest as well as the chemistry between the company. That relationship is essential, I think, for success. You have to have that engaged relationship.
Having been carefully selected by church leaders within our church, you just have a sense that you are supposed to go into this. That just gives you the confidence to say, no, this is who I am and this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Knowing I was carefully selected, I feel like I matter and what I'm gonna do is gonna make a difference, and I'm looked at as a leader at the College of Idaho and someone that can help other people grow closer to Jesus.
When I was first approached to be a Vision and Call intern, it blew me away. I was elated just to get the opportunity And I saw it as someone really took interest in me. It was encouraging to be like, man, this guy has potential to be really great. And I want to invest in him, and I want to just see how we can continue this leadership development in him.
My advisor has definitely been a person of encouragement to be like, Chelsea, you're doing great things. Even if we're maybe not seeing it right now, we're planting these seeds that at some point will grow and it'll be a beautiful flower. This growth that we may never see, but my advisor has taught me to be faithful in that God is faithful in our call.